but now new owner Casey Crenshaw was on her way. From what he'd heard, she couldn't wait to not only get the hotel sold, but razed. That seemed odd, unless you'd spent some time here at night, he thought with a laugh. Did she think leveling it would get rid of the ghosts? Last night he'd stood at the window looking out at the small town of Buckhorn and wondering who was looking back at him. That feeling of being watched had never been stronger. But it was what had been watching him inside of the hotel that kept him up at night. After all, the Crenshaw was famous for its ghosts, especially Megan's. So was it Megan's ghost Casey Crenshaw wanted to get rid of? Or was destroying the hotel about covering up Megan's murder? He'd come here looking for answers, but now he wondered if he was really ready to know the truth about this place, let alone the new owner. Shaking his head to clear his thoughts, he bent down and shone his flashlight into the hole. There was nothing more in the space. Rising, he considered the notebook. He felt like an archaeologist who dug for days to discover nothing. Just this morning he'd been telling himself what a waste of time this had been. But time was something he had plenty of, wasn't it? He flipped open the notebook, hopeful, but was quickly disappointed. All there appeared to be were blank pages. Finn let out a curse. He was covered with dust and grime, and had gone to all that trouble for nothing. He started to fling it away, when his gaze caught on a page with scrawled words. He squinted to read the cramped handwriting. "I'm not a psychopath. I'm just sick. It's not my fault that I kill them." Finn felt his pulse jump. What the hell was this? "I shouldn't write this down. I'm not supposed to tell anyone or they will put me away. But when I'm dead, no one will understand. They'll blame me. It's this hotel. There's evil here, and sometimes it makes me do things I don't want to do. I shouldn't keep a list of their names, but I do anyway because they shouldn't be forgotten. I know other people don't feel like this, but I can't control it. There is something wrong with me, and I have to hide it. She tells me to bury it deep so no one can ever know what I've done. But I can feel it building again, and it scares me. I don't want to do it again. Someone, please help me. Please don't make me do it again." He examined the notebook, looking for a date, a name, anything else. There was nothing. Just the one page, the writing becoming smaller and less legible toward the end. He told himself it could be nothing more than someone's imagination on paper. But he didn't believe that. He could almost feel the author's pain and his own, because it confirmed what he'd come to suspect. The Crenshaw Hotel had a killer, and Megan Broadhurst wasn't the only victim. Chapter 2. The spring sun beat down on the compact convertible, but Casey Crenshaw refused to put the top up. For miles, she'd let her hair blow back in a flame-red wave as she'd enjoyed the freedom and pretended she didn't have a care in the world. Once she'd hit the Montana border, though, the pretending got harder. She was going back to her grandmother's hotel without her after all these years. And she couldn't keep pretending that she wasn't about to do something terrible to the town of Buckhorn to save herself. As the massive, historic Crenshaw Hotel materialized on the horizon ahead, she let up on the gas. The hotel was just as it had been in her nightmares, ghost stories and all. Constructed of wood and native stone, it dominated the skyline. With 7 stories, 2 wings and a tower, it was still the largest and tallest building in Buckhorn. It rose up against a backdrop of mountains and pines and Montana spring sky. Casey felt that familiar jolt of mixed emotions, trepidation being the strongest. There'd been a time when she couldn't wait to come here to spend the summer with her grandmother. She'd always been filled with excitement. Then, at 16, all that had changed.